Do you have any other books that you'd recommend to people that have helped you develop habits or just been impactful for you in general?
I mean, I have so many books. I'm constantly reading and constantly learning. I'll say a couple. The first is probably The Third Door. I don't know if you read that.
I haven't. I haven't heard of that one
Oh
at
my
all.
gosh, you have to read The Third Door. It's so good. It's so good. So that book is basically about the idea that in anything you want in life, there's three doors. And if we were to compare success to like a club, right? The first door is the main entrance, and this is the entrance that everyone takes. And the line to this entrance is, around the block, wrapping around. It's everyone goes to this entrance, right? So that's the first door. The second door is the entrance reserved for celebrities and rich people, right? It's like that secret door, that back door that you can only get in if you're rich or you're a celebrity. But the third door is you like going through a window, like going through the kitchen and like forcing your way into this club. And that third door always exists. There's always You can always, with your effort, get whatever you want in life. And I don't know, when I read that, I was just my mind was blown because that showed me like anything I want in life, I can get if I'm willing to put in the effort. Um, so amazing book. And then the second book I'm actually reading right now is Elon Musk's biography. And I'm a big fan of like reading the biographies of very successful people. This one's great. I don't know if you've read it yet, but it's
I
by
haven't yet.
Walter Isaacson. Walter, he did the biography for Steve Jobs, which is
I
another
knew it.
just amazing book.
I recognized that guy, his name, and I was like, I'm pretty sure he writes other biographies. So that one's got
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
really good because I've heard good things about the Steve Jobs one.
Yeah, no, it's amazing because the thing is, Watson, he literally spends like years with these people. He spent like a couple years with Steve Jobs, just being his shadow to really get to know him. And he did the same thing with Elon Musk. And he doesn't let Steve Jobs or Elon Musk like interfere with his writing at all. He writes it exactly how he sees it, and he's able to really capture these insanely successful people's lives and his insights on how they function and how they've become able to be as highly successful as they have been are just very, very valuable for someone like me that wants to have like a fraction of their success. So yeah, currently reading his biography. It's really, really good. Would recommend it to anyone.
I love that. I'm gonna check out the third door or the three doors one. What was that book called again? Was it just the
The
three
third
doors?
door. The
The
third
third
door.
door.
And so it's about this guy, this young guy. Like a he's our age in college, and he has this dream to have to make this book where he interviews all the most highly successful people in the world. Bill Gates, uh, the Buffett guy, literally all these insane mega celebrities. What's his name? Walter Buffett?
Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett. See, I was gonna
I
say
just
Walter. I
I
was
love the I love the Buffett guy. I don't know why this thing isn't focusing. The Buffett guy is such a fantastic line because it could be like the other guy, Jimmy Buffett, or whatever, the like guitar guy or whatever, the musician. But I know
I
you're
don't
talking about
know.
Warren Buffett, but that would be hilarious.
No, see, I thought of Walter, and I don't want to say Walter Buffett because I knew that was wrong, but I knew Buffett, so I was like the Buffett guy.
I need to find a way to get this thing to. There we
Okay,
go.
you got it. You got it. There
Nice.
you go. No,
that's
but yeah,
that's
it's
so funny.
but yeah,
Continue.
not anyone can talk to the Buffett guy, especially
Mhm.
just a random kid in college. But he was able to do that, and he was able to talk with a lot of influential people because he took the third door. He just put in so much effort into reaching these people. He ends up finding this very influential mentor. His name is Elliot Bisnow, and Elliot runs this conference. Uh, and the conference is made of some of the most successful people in the world, and they'll always come to hear people speak and whatever. And Elliot helps connect him with all these amazing people, and he just has this amazing story. But the reason I bring this up is because I actually got into contact with Elliot Bisnow. He's in my contacts now because this
How'd that
guy,
happen?
is incredible. It's a lot of stories, but Elliot, he's kind of known as an amazing mentor. And actually, when this book came out, he gets hundreds of messages every day from people reading the book wanting to contact him because they heard what he did for the author, and they want him to do that for himself. And one day, one of my friends, we're talking. He's another fellow content creator, and he's talking about how he was talking to Elliot Bisnow, which was like the craziest thing to me. I was like, "How did you get in contact with Elliot Bisnow?" And he was telling me the story, and then he was telling me that Elliot wanted him to come to Spain with him and do this like week-long hike or whatever, because Elliot's crazy like that. He loves experiential things. He loves to push people out of their comfort zone, and he did that for the author of the book. He does that for anyone that reaches out to him and that he can tell is like motivated. So when I heard that story, I was like, hey, what if I try to reach out to Elliot? Because, I have my thing going on and I'd love to speak with him. And it turns out a bunch of my friends actually know Elliot because, I'm friends with, or I've been able to find people that are very motivated. And so, of course, they've run into him one way or another. So I email Elliot. I tell him kind of what I'm doing, and just kind of just shoot my shot basically. And like a few days later, he responds to me, and he's like, "Hey, if you find someone that you can mentor in the next week, and you find okay, let me start that part over." So I emailed him. I say, "Hey, my name is Athan. I'm a college student. I'm a YouTuber. Saw you in Third Door. Would really love to chat at some point." And he responded in like 3 days, which is like the craziest thing. I was like, oh my gosh. And as is typical for Elliot, he responded with a challenge for me. And he basically wanted to see if like I was like really dedicated because, so many people message him. And what he wants is people that actually kind of want it. So he gives me a challenge. It's basically to find someone on YouTube. I told him I was a YouTuber, and he respected that I had whatever 2,000 subs at the time, and he was like, "Okay, I'm sure you have something to help. I'm sure you have some wisdom that you could share to other people that are even smaller than you." And he's like, "Okay, if you can find someone in the next week who you can share your wisdom with, I will get back to you very quickly, and we'll start talking." And little did he know, I'm constantly doing that. I have so many people that I'm like mentoring and trying to give value to. So that was literally like the easiest challenge he could have given me. And and so like within the next day, I found like 5 people that I could help and that I actually am still in contact with to this day. And I guess the end of the story is that I talked with Elliot, told him about my dreams and that I'm in Japan now, and he kind of gave me advice on how to succeed. And I really couldn't have done that unless I read The Third Door and just realized the power of putting in effort to kind of get what you want.